Buona giornata and welcome to my channel. My name is Stefania if you're new here. So today we are just going to be playing with makeup. That's it. We're going to chit chat, kind of update you on some things, and we're just going to enjoy ourselves, relax. I'm going to, distract you from the election. Hold on to your butts. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. Please don't forget to subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. Hit that like button and let's jump in. I've missed you guys. Let's catch up. We're going to start by using the ABH Soft Glam palette. So I'm going to use this for my neutrals, and then I'm going to jump into some Mcgrath palettes because I have not used the Divine Rose 2 that much. Well, I've used it the last few times I did my makeup, but that's about it. So let's go ahead and dive into this. I really just wanted to catch up with you guys, so I'm going to just kind of talk as I go, but I'm going to dip into probably like burnt orange. Like, these are still really good shades, you know? Not gonna lie, I still am like, like, I reach for this. And it's like a travel palette for sure. Not that we travel, but you know what I mean. Like, it's definitely a go-to. And I remember when this first came out, I was like, I don't need that. And now it's become one of those, like, loved, you know? So it feels good. Speaking of that, I feel like, so, as far as doing their VKB sale, and I'm just like very stuck on what to get. So I'm gonna do a video about like things I want, but so far nothing is like a new release that I'm like super interested in. Like I saw one, I feel like we had a lot from Natasha Denona already that I'm just like, we don't really need more, or at least I didn't feel like, there we go. I didn't feel like we really needed a whole nother palette. Two, I feel like we were kind of complaining about, that the larger ones were better quality, which I can kind of see that. I still prefer the $65 ones, though. I really don't feel like it's that much of a difference to where I would rather pay the $129. The only thing, maybe the shimmers. If I really like the shimmers, I'd probably pay that. But then I saw that she released the Triochrome one, and I don't know how do you guys feel about these, but I am not that into this whole duochrome, triochrome stuff. I don't really feel like it translates that well onto the eyes. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's like a big thing now, and I'm just like, I think that's also because I like lighter shifts of anything, like lighter colors, and most of them, I always feel like it's always like that green that goes into like the browny purple, like, I don't know. I just feel like they're pretty similar, so to me, I'm just like, meh. That's an easy pass for me. And the color story, like, it's not that I don't want it. I don't know. It didn't draw me in enough to be like, I want to pay for that, if that makes sense. Like, that's not one I would pay the $129 for. That one should have been a $65 one because, like, who's going to use it as an everyday palette? So, that's just my opinion. But I was kind of disappointed that that's what it was because I was just like, oh, it's coming right in time for the sale. Yay. And then I looked and I was like, no. Then ABH is like really tanked for me. I don't know what's going on with them, but I'm just like, eeh. I'm going to go into the Divine Rose. I'm going to pick up the lighter peachy pink shade. I always talk about this with Pat McGrath. I always feel like I have to dip into another palette and never just use like the one palette at a time. I mean, obviously in a pinch I totally will, but to me, I was really disappointed with her holiday collection. I actually didn't end up picking up anything. If you guys have like the big palette, please let me know what you think. I do have the 6 shades from the Star Wars palette, but I feel like with the sale, ooh, excuse me, gross. I've been drinking that like bubbly like water, and it's not great. I mean, it tastes good, but I don't know if my system likes it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. I have the 6 from the little Star Wars palette, and then, so I don't really need the 6 repeat shades, but I do kind of want to try out the rest of it. Yeah. If you guys noticed, I painted. So before I used to have like a whiteboard back there, and it was like literally like a white board from Home Depot because this room was painted like, it's a really ugly baby green. It's the baby's room of the house. Now I'm going to dip into this Pat McGrath palette because I want more of the brownie tones to deepen up my outer crease. I'm really excited with the way it came out. It's nice because it's no shine, whereas like the board kept shining off of the reflection in the back. So yeah, I changed up my room a little bit. I've just been doing house projects, which have now come to an end for the most part. because I do them and then I like reward myself with like decorating them, like buying new decor. So I painted our whole room. I did our room white, which was before it was like this ugly tan color. And then I redecorated it and I love it now. It's so nice and it just feels clean and crisp. And why are linen sheets so expensive? Tell me. But yeah, now I'm just like, oh, the only areas of the house are like the closets. And I really need to get rid of some clothes. I would not consider myself a hoarder with most things, but I have a bad habit with clothes where I just keep thinking to myself, like, no, I'm going to wear this. Like, I have no in between. I don't know if anyone else is like this. Like, so I work at a gym as a trainer, and I just buy a lot of workout clothes. And then it's like going out to Vegas clothes, which I only go to maybe once a year, if that. So I have a lot of things that like I've never even worn before, where I'm just like, I'm not getting rid of that. I'm gonna wear it one day. Like full on latex outfits. Like just like, why? Why am I like this? I don't know. And then it's all sweats from there. So I really need to get rid of some clothes. I still have like my Dare t-shirts from like 6th grade. That's how bad I am, where I'm just like, no, it's comfortable. So yeah. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna dip back into this one. I think I'm gonna use the hot pink, and then I'm going to layer over it a little bit with the other shades. So we'll see what it turns out like. But I went to a wedding. I filmed after that. I went to a wedding and like I wore this palette, and as much crap as I talk about her golds, I love this shade so much. So that's really I've been reaching for it every time I do my makeup, because it just makes me feel so sparkly and pretty that I can't help it. But yeah, I haven't really used a lot of the other ones. But yeah, what are you guys getting at the sale, if anything? I'm just like, ugh. And then Halloween is over, and I'm just like, usually I don't decorate for Thanksgiving. I go right to Christmas, because I don't like Thanksgiving. I know that sounds very, very selfish of me, but I don't care. I don't like it. I don't like the food that much. Like, nothing's my favorite. I don't really like mashed potatoes. I don't like any of those pea casseroles, green bean casseroles. It feels like it's all old people food that are meant to be eaten if you have no teeth. Like yams and ugh. So I'm not a fan of Thanksgiving. I'm excited though. We're actually gonna go on a trip. We're gonna go to Iowa to see my husband's family. So it will be the first trip of the entire year, and I am looking forward to just getting out for a little bit. A little nervous, but I'm mostly excited. Like, I'm just like, oh, it's gonna feel so nice to just leave the house for a few days. Well, I went to Colorado. I went camping, but I haven't gone on like a plane or anything. It is a pretty pink. It's just not my, I don't know. I feel like she's been trying to do pinks. Like, that's her new thing, Pat McGrath, where she's like, I'll put a pink in there. But her holiday collection, I was so sad that she didn't just come out with the special shades. I was like, that was something I was really looking forward to, and I was really upset when I saw what she came out with. I was like, None of those quads were, I really had to convince myself not to get them, but I knew I wasn't going to reach for them most likely. Like, it just wasn't something that I was excited about. So now with my finger, so let's try it on her hand. So I think I'm going to try a little bit of the like gold shade. And we're just going to try different things here, but I just like to layer these on top so that it creates like you can create your own duochrome shades. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, I'm not paying $129 for 3 shades. If I had a lot of money, I totally would, but it's been the year of realizing that I don't want to spend money on just makeup. But yeah, I can't decorate for Christmas already. I'm just like, this year just feels too weird to be like, oh, it's time for Christmas? Like, that's just scary. Yeah, I really like that. And then on the inner part, I'm going to use the lighter gold. So like the very, very sparkly one. I'm not packing it in there. I just want a little bit of sparkle. This is what I wanted. We'll put a little duochrome shade. Okay, we'll do that at the like very edge. But I just feel like most of them are always greens, and I'm like, you guys know this, I'm not a huge green wearer. And then I also have the Anastasia, like the Narvina 3 palette, which I just felt like has a lot of greens in there. So if I want that shade, I kind of already have them. So I'm interested in your guys' thoughts. I'm going to put on some foundation, and then we will continue on. All right, so I'm going to take this Fenty Matchstick in Mocha, and I'm kind of just going to heat it up on the back of my hand. I actually really like this. This took me a really long time to get, and I only got them when they were on sale. Like she was having some special. I'm going to take my brush. I think it was like $12 or something, and I was finally like, you know what, I'll try it. And I do actually really like the product. The thing is if we weren't where we were at, I'd probably get like way more on the sale. Like I really look forward to the sales, but just with where things are, I'm just like, what do I really want? You know, I feel like I've done such a good job of like not spending money that I don't want to be like, oh, it's a sale, let me spend money. I really wish the Artist Couture like new lip glosses were at Sephora. Like I was hoping they'd be there, so I'm waiting on that. I will say that. But other than that, I'm like, no, other than like lip balmy type stuff, I don't think I really want to spend money on like any new lipsticks. What about you guys? I am interested in a lot of the Rare Beauty stuff, so we are actually going to use something I got from the Sephora sale because I really want to test it out, and I have not tested out any like Rare Beauty products. So if you guys have tried a lot from the line, please comment down below and let me know like your thoughts. What did you get? What did you skip on? I think this will be the only sale where I don't think I'll get like any type of like face, like foundation, concealer, stuff like that. Like I just have a lot open right now, and I'm like, I really don't need to buy anything, even though I'd love to buy the Hourglass. Like the Hourglass, I skipped on it at the last sale because I was just like, you don't need it. And I'm still at that point where like, well, I mean, I'm sure some of mine are like getting ready to expire, but I still have a lot of them, so I might as well not. We're gonna set my under eye with the Pat McGrath powder. I'm like, Pat McGrath, where are you gonna come out with like face products? Like I need her to come out with blushes and bronzers. Her is the only brand right now where I'm just like, come on, give us more. I need more. And I'm kind of over like the constant eyeshadow releases. Like I'm just like, I don't need more of those. I need more face products from you. All right, to bronze up my face, I'm gonna use the Hourglass Diffused Bronze Light. If I need to, I will use some of my Charlotte Tilbury, but I wanted to use things that I don't use all the time. So I'm trying to give my makeup collection a little bit more love. Because I cleaned out this room, I more so was like, ooh. I have gotten better with like giving away makeup though. Like I will say that. Like okay, so technically she's my sister, but I call her like my mom's kids. I'm sure you guys have heard me say that before. Just because I'm so much older, it doesn't feel the same. Like I've never lived with them, but she wanted to be Ariana Grande for Halloween, so I did her makeup. It was really cute though. She was like, yes. She's 12. She was like, go all out. And I was like, are you sure you want lashes? You're gonna wear glasses? And she was like, yes, I want it. So I was like, okay, cool. But it was really cute. And so now I kind of have someone to like, she's always excited if I give her anything. She's like, okay. Even though my mom's not really like letting her wear a lot of makeup right now, she's still happy about it. And then my other sisters, I don't know if they ever use it when I give it to them, so I'm just kind of like, I'm going to give it to Evie because I know she'll at least play with it. All right, my waterline, I'm going to go with Black Coffee from Pat McGrath, which really needs to be sharpened, so I don't know if that's going to happen because her sharpeners are the worst. And that's probably all I have in here. All right, we're going to go with Irony from Marc Jacobs then. But yeah, what have you guys been up to? What's new? As always, like, I feel like I should just do a full get ready with me where I just talk about shows and movies that I've watched because that's really all that's been going on. We just finished Queen's Gambit. That was really good. And then I told you guys I finished Bly Manor, which I hated. Not hated, I just was like, I loved the first season so much that I was a little bit disappointed. Let's smoke out the lower lash line. And I'm just going to kind of use the same shades I used in the beginning. And the crest. yeah, what is going on with you guys? What's been keeping you busy? If you realize like you've pivoted from makeup into something else, or have you still been enjoying buying makeup? Like, what's been going on? I feel very out of touch with like everything. Now when I like generally look something up on YouTube, like and I think part of that is like since Nick's always home, it's not like before where like I would watch YouTube when I was like getting ready and I would do this, because now with both of us home, like he's talking most of the time. We're still definitely getting used to the whole, I think things have gotten better with like my attitude in terms of like never having alone time. But it's still a struggle for sure. For sure. So this is the little kit I got from Fenty Beauty. So not Fenty Beauty, from Rare Beauty. It comes with it's a lip and cheek duo. And I thought it was really cute and it was a good way to try it out. So it was $15. So not like crazy expensive. That was $15 before the 20% off. And obviously like, yeah, they're mini, but I figured it was a good way to try the brand. So the shade of blush it came with was Bliss. And they're made in Korea. And then the lip one is Thankful, and it's a dewy lip balm. I used to be the person that was like, balms are stupid. Like I just was like, who needs that? Like who needs a balm? And then now I love them. Like I'm just like, oh, I just need something hydrating on my lips for work, and it's perfect because I don't generally wear any makeup, so I don't look, like I love my nude lips, but if I don't have foundation on, or like the rest of my face done, sometimes nude lips, I'm like, this is not flattering. So I have been reaching for a lot more balms. So I was thinking about getting the Fenty one, because now they came out with colored ones. So this is just a tiny bit, but it is a tint. It does have color. And it was very nice and comfortable. The one thing I will say though is like with the color ones, I just need to see how slippery it is to see if, I also don't want it to get everywhere. I drink a lot of coffee. I'm constantly drinking things at work, and because of all the talking I do. So yeah, and then here is the blush. So I think I'm going to tap it out with my finger. I'm trying to make sure none of my fingers have glitter on it. I'm a little worried, but I'm excited about these. This is probably the one product where if I end up getting anything else, I think I might get a few more blushes. You guys know I've been really into cream like blushes lately. And I think this is going to be perfect. I think for some people, like on my skin tone, they're going to be like, oh, it's not going to show up. But I love like very light blush. I'm not a heavy blush person. I kind of always go for like the pinky and peach colors, or like very neutral. So this kind of works out for me perfectly. I think that's really pretty. Yes. And let's see, I think for highlight, I'm not going to do anything that... I got Skinny Dip, I got Tickle, and I have Cookie. I'm going to go with Cookie because I just feel like having something extreme. So Benefit Cookie, still one of my favorites. But yeah, what are your guys' recommendations? And let me know, like, what have you guys been watching? How have you guys been? Like, I can't wait for the election to be over. I'm just like, oh, no more phone calls, no more text messages, no more, like, I know things are still not going to be normal or change depending on who wins. I don't think any of that is going to really change anything for a while, but I am excited for like the nonstop text and calls and everything else. All right, so here is the finished look. I really like the way it came out. It's not like I generally like my looks the way it came out. Sometimes it can go really badly, but I'm like very much more on the naturalish side, even though I use that like hot pink color. I wish you guys could really see like the way the sparkles, like let me see, like I'm gonna just completely turn off the lights and see if you can like really see the way that it comes across. But in person, I still feel like Pat McGrath like wins for like that elegant, sophisticated sparkle. I was thinking about that and I was like, gosh, I haven't used the Tati palette in forever. And I was like, what happened to her? And I was like, what happened to me? It's been a year, right? So anyways, let me know like how you guys are doing. Update me. I'd love to hear it. I've missed you guys. I promise I am finally like settled now. Like I feel like I'm like, whew, I had to get my recertification for my job, and that took a while. It's been a lot. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Bye guys.